Blackjack. Well, it's week 21 anyways. Made it this far.
Week 21. Haven't quite yet.
Yeah, still don't know anything about football, apparently.
No, we had a rough week. This would have been a great week for me to make up some ground, but I couldn't argue with any of your picks.
Minnesota walked in there and looked like the team that should have played the Saints and should have lost to the Saints.
Yeah, the 49ers will do that to people. It wasn't
even that great of a game to watch. Like I think if the Saints actually made it through, it would have been a better game all around than having Minnesota up there.
Saints don't win playoff games. It's just how it goes. The big shocker, the reason I'm wearing the jersey.
Holy crap.
Titans take down the Ravens quite easily.
If you were to bet on the reverse spread of this one, you would have got it because it was even a 10-point spread and it was more than 10-point game. You would have won some pretty penny off this game. No one in their right mind saw Tennessee going into Baltimore and walking out with that much of a dominant win.
Yeah, it was shocking, really.
Oh, it was
that Baltimore's run game, other than Lamar Jackson, was poor. They're throwing, passing the ball, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Titans. We'll see this week, but
I think they exposed some holes in Baltimore's whole setup. The 3 tight end set with the mobile quarterback. If you can cover and pressure him at the same time, what's he going to do? And you can stop a team like that.
well, and they did it.
So they did. And then they rammed it up his throat with the
Derrick Henry,
upcoming Super Bowl MVP.
the monster.
Holy crap.
Chiefs beat the Texans. Final score is appropriate, but that first quarter, I bet some people in Kansas City were pretty tight bummed.
There was a Kansas City fan who, after the first quarter, took a video of himself walking out of the stadium saying, "I am doing this for the Chiefs so that they can win. I feel like I am a jinx." And he didn't go back to the game. He walked out of the playoff game after the first quarter, posted the video online, and that's what happened. So
28-point second quarter, so that guy is a jinx.
he's not allowed to ever go back to a Kansas City game. I'm sorry, man.
Never come to another game.
No.
Yeah, that's hey, good for him.
Yeah, his team won.
Big. Their offense, once they figure out your defense, they're scary. So many weapons.
To make up 24 points that quick and then get up by that many? Whoo!
So that was the one game that me and you called right. And then,
Almost did. Fuck.
do we want to talk about the last one? Our Seahawks season comes to an end. Didn't show up in the first half at all. Couldn't cover Devontae Adams at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we overachieved this season, considering
100%.
what
We're
the
supposed
talks
to be
were.
rebuilding.
Yeah. So, Pete Carroll said all the right things, right? He
Yeah.
says it feels like 2012 again. Obviously, Super Bowl year 2013, but defense is poor. Please get rid of Trey Flowers. Oh my God.
I gotta say, Fetty didn't have false start penalties, though.
No,
I think that was one of the first games he hasn't had a false start penalty.
no, it's the only game I've seen where the offensive line was giving Russell a bunch of time back there, and he was taking it, refusing to throw the ball, and then taking the sack after 5 seconds of running around in the backfield, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. And then they come out in the second half, they score on almost every drive. But it's too little, too late. We can't get a stop on defense.
Couple cool moments for me. The sack on Aaron Rodgers where the Griffin brothers sacked him together. That was pretty cool. I gotta say, you never have brothers playing on the same team, let alone at the same time doing the same move.
Yeah, it was
one
a
of
cool,
those once in a generation type of things to watch, and
Cool
just
play.
how hyped those guys were.
Yeah.
And then the other cool thing was Marshawn Lynch apparently after the game walked straight into the Packers dressing room and switched jerseys with Aaron Rodgers. They signed each other's jerseys, and he just walked in.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's Marshawn Lynch. I think we probably just watched the 2 last rushing touchdowns of his career.
He was keeping the balls. He was keeping the balls that
Yeah.
he
So I think that's probably all she wrote. But hey, it was fun for him to come back and
he could be a coach. He
Running-
could be a running backs coach.
running back coach.
Yeah, for sure. And work his way up. I don't think he'll make it up to offensive coordinator. I don't think it's his personality type.
I don't think he wants to.
No, I think you got to give him a job that he has a little bit of freedom to do what he wants. Defensive side, not as much. Definitely just give the running backs.
Yeah,
He's a good mentor.
we'll see what happens. I think he'll probably just disappear and do whatever Marshawn Lynch does for a little while.
Hand out tequila shots at Raider games. Yeah.
Well, they're in Vegas next year, so that is appropriate.
He was doing that at the last Raiders home game.
That is appropriate as well.
Yeah.
Give them a good send off. Yeah, so that was that week. Next week, 2 good games. We got Titans versus the Chiefs.
This could be an interesting one to watch because we thought that the Ravens' explosive offense was gonna just the Tennessee Titans, and it didn't happen. And we thought that the Chiefs' offense was gonna just Houston Texans, and it did, but it took a while. But can you afford to go down to Tennessee? I don't think you can come back as well as you did against Tennessee as they did against Houston.
No, I just don't think you get the time because the Titans will just run the ball.
They
Just
run.
control the clock.
Oh my God, are they good at controlling that clock?
So what do you think?
You're down. I'll let you go first. Wait, let me guess. Titans.
Well, I will say no matter what happens, I'm taking an AFC team in the Super Bowl. That's who I want to
Yeah.
win now. I don't
I-
like the Packers
and I-
because they just
no.
ended our season, and
I don't
I
like them
hate-
anyways.
I hate the 49ers. I'm wearing the Titans jersey because of a good win last week. I don't have a Chiefs jersey, or else I'd be wearing one of those. I gotta go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Titans have had a good run, but Kansas City, I don't think they're going to go down 24 points this week like that, and I just think they can just outscore them. So I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, I want to have some fun. Let's go Titans.
There we go. There we go.
I think Henry, he's got that record-setting runs in the playoffs here. He's been great all season, consistent, and they look, instead of peaking just before the end of the season, they look like they're peaking right now, right in the perfect time for playoffs. When you can go into Baltimore and trounce that team that trounced the other teams, really, and then before that you did that to the Patriots, you got a pretty solid team.
I'm betting on that being their peak.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, I guess we shall see.
we shall see. Packers 49ers.
Who gives a fuck? In all seriousness, I'd rather see the 49ers go through than watch another Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl, personally. I just don't like his personality. I don't like him.
That bad, man.
I don't like him.
He does a lot of the rush up to the line and try and call him offside, like more than any other quarterback. I get it's tricky, and it's obviously well coached. Their
Gonna be a
offensive
good
line doesn't jump that
quarterback, be a
much.
good quarterback, too.
Well, I don't want to see either of them play in the Super Bowl. If we could just knock this game off the schedule and just have the Chiefs play the Titans for the Super
Oh,
Bowl,
best of 3.
yeah, we can do best of 3.
That'd be fun.
I think the 49ers get it done.
I think at home in Levi Stadium, you got a Packers team coming in, basically a rested 49ers team.
Yeah,
Didn't have to do much against Minnesota.
their defense is good. Their offense is good. I think they'll get after Aaron Rodgers.
Should be 2 good games to watch, though.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
Should be. Well, we're running out of NFL news to talk about here slowly.
But there is some records that we need to talk about. Mr. Henry.
Derrick Henry, you alluded to
Holy
it there a couple seconds ago. First player in playoff history to have 2 consecutive games, 175 plus yards. And if you go back to the regular season, he's had 3 games of 175 plus rushing yards.
180.
Yeah. So,
Holy crap. Could this guy be a breakout number 1 running back in the league?
I mean, this year.
This year, yes. I mean,
He got the rushing title this year.
Yeah.
I had him on my fantasy team.
I don't know. He saw what happened there.
So, yeah, he's just dominant. He's a big dude. He's pretty quick for his size, and then
he's big dude. He runs you over.
Yeah, his stiff arm. There's no jukes or anything.
Power.
The one play, I don't know if you've seen it. He took Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas is coming in. Derrick Henry stiff arms him like this, spins him around, and then shoves him in the back and turns him into a blocker.
And throws him into his own guy.
What do you think you're doing? Get up there and block for me.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, insane.
I think Kansas City will have a hard time trying to stop that train.
Anyone will have a hard time trying to stop that train.
Yeah. Super Bowl MVP right there.
That's your call right now?
Breaking news.
Hot takes.
Julian Edelman has been arrested.
So I don't know much about this story,
No one does.
but allegedly, he damaged a car by jumping on top of it. The police got called and he got arrested.
All right. Were you out drinking? Were you out snorting cocaine because of that monstrous head of yours? Or were you just depressed? You don't jump on a car.
Do you have a rich boy mentality now? I can do what I want and not worry about it.
I mean, unfortunately, he gets to call himself the Patriots' number 1 receiver.
I wish this happened week 3. And he got suspended for the year.
Julian Edelman, suspended. Antonio Brown, let go. Sanu, injured. Brady is literally throwing to dust.
He throws it, he lobs it as far as he can in the air, and then tries to run after it himself.
But he can't run.
He's got to throw it high, dude.
He can't jump to get it either.
He's accurate.
In throwing,
Yeah.
it will have a perfect spiral. I will give you that. It will have a perfect spiral.
Yeah. That would have been awesome, but I don't know. Don't be an idiot, maybe? What do we say?
Don't be an idiot. There's no reason to fucking jump on a car.
Yeah.
I can't think of one anyways. I was trying.
Somebody had sex with this girl.
So don't jump on it.
Maybe
Take
they,
a golf club to it.
maybe they're in the car. Hey, get out of the car! Like, you know,
Just because your arms looked ripped does not mean you can jump on the car like the Hulk and pound in the roof.
Edelman smash.
Edelman smash.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, don't be an idiot. Probably nothing comes of it, but don't be an idiot.
Yeah, it depends why. If there was a reason, there might be.
I like the cocaine. That's
a good reason.
That's a quality reason.
Yeah. Well, retirement news coming out of was it the Chargers there, Antonio Gates?
Sick of catching sidearm throws from shitbag of the decade, in your words.
Well, shitbag of the decade is not got a team anymore.
Yeah.
He's gone.
So
He'll be a coach.
Antonio Gates, good career. Great career. So
Congrats for that guy. You know, to be able to retire on your own terms in the NFL is a pretty special moment. Very few players get to do that. There's a lot of, you got an injury, you got a concussion, you should retire. Your body's breaking, you should retire. When you get to choose when you retire, that's pretty special, and congrats on that.
Yep.
Browns picked up a new coach. Can't pronounce his last name, but good on them. Another coach, another year. Maybe next year we'll have a new coach we can pronounce his name.
I'm gonna go ahead and give her a go.
All right. And then, fresh off his college football win, Joe Brady has been signed.
Kevin Stefanski.
Stefanski?
Stefanski's good.
I like Stefanski.
See, I had to say it way wrong for you to jump in and say it right. So
and
Kevin,
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady,
Yep. Offensive coordinator now.
it's huge. Good for the Browns. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. Speaking of college football, LSU defeats Clemson in the college football finals. I watched the whole game. In the beginning, the Clemson Tigers did a really good job of keeping the LSU Tigers down to their own end. But Joe Burrow did turn on his game and came out flying. Trevor Lawrence, holy fuck, buddy. You need to do a little bit of work against good teams to make yourself look draft eligible next year. You got one more year to do it. This game exposed some big holes in your game. And put on a little bit of meat there. You still look like a twig.
He looks like a twig. He's 220 pounds, though. What do you want from him?
It's
I got two.
like a windmill.
I got two things.
All right, two things.
Number one,
Okay.
cut your fucking hair.
Did you hear his voice, though? He looks upset of his voice.
Don't care what he
It
sounds
is
like.
the deepest voice. Holy fuck.
Cut your hair. Number two, there's no other names? I get there's like so many college teams, but Tigers versus Tigers? It's two big schools too, so there's no excuse for that. All the big schools should have different names.
When you're at a Flames game and there's the Let's Go Flames, Let's Go Oilers, there's separation.
Yeah, let's go Tigers. Like they had the stadium. I think they had it split. Like
They sell the tickets like that.
Yeah.
They say this is your seating area. If you
Who
want
cares?
it. Other than colors,
Were they chanting against each other?
they were chanting LSU and Clemson.
Yeah,
Nothing says
because you
tough
had.
like "Let's go Clemson." It sounds like you're watching a
mean,
rich white guy play polo.
NCAA will probably come in and shut down our podcast now, but fuck you.
We're not making money from this. We're not profiting. Don't worry, NCAA.
Yeah, we're just like all your players. Am I wrong?
Coach Davos, though, that just lost because of Trevor Lawrence's gangly arms, just signed a big contract. Remember we talked about that a couple weeks ago? Yeah.
What else we got?
Oh,
All of a sudden, I feel like we have Okay, there you go. I thought we were going to be here for the rest of time.
No, it was a good game. Joe Burrow, Heisman winner, probably going to go number one overall. Probably going to be the Bengals' next quarterback starting next year.
Good luck with that.
Good luck, buddy.
Did you see the picture of him just sucking on a cigar after?
Oh, yeah. All younger than us. Feels great. It's so fucking great.
Oh, you don't like your 9 to 5, dude?
So Pekka Rinne was the first goalie in a couple of years to actually score a goal.
Yeah, Mike Smith was the last goalie to score a goal.
Yeah.
What did I say? 2013?
It's been a while.
Has been a while. Maybe you would say been a minute,
It's been a minute.
as the kids would say, maybe?
As the kids would say these days.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Sauced it.
Sauced it very nicely. Had a nice
Yeah.
little curve into the net, too. You listen to him talk, but he's like, I was just trying to put it down there. I figured I might as well go for it. I thought it was going to curve away, and then it started curving in. I didn't know what to do when the puck went in, so I just stood there and raised my stick. The teammates came in and shoved it.
There's nothing else to do in that situation.
Congrats, buddy.
Yeah, it's a cool moment.
So, shitbag of the week, Brad Marchand. Way to play that shootout, buddy. That's a move I've never seen before.
puck
But,
stick.
no, he had to touch it for it to count. If you didn't,
Oh, so he literally, I thought he just missed. So
no,
he
if
actually
you miss, you're
just,
allowed to go back and reshoot it.
just scraped over it so thin.
If you touch it, it's dead. But if you miss it, you get to retry it. That's why they had talked about it.
That's a good shitbag of the week, actually.
You touch the puck in round 5. You had to score. Some of the grease fell down his stick.
Almost got the goalie, though.
Almost got it. Yeah, the goalie was diving to the side. He had no idea what's going on. And
That's taking the no move to the next level. Like, Kucherov, watch out.
he looked himself off on that.
He did a lot of stuff, but grabbing the puck's not one of them.
Greasy move, buddy. Greasy. Well, speaking of greasy moves, the biggest NHL story of the week is Sidney Crosby is back. I'm kidding. He is back, but Matthew Tkachuk and Zach Kassian is the biggest story of the NHL week here.
Let's preference everything that we say by first saying we're Flames fans.
We are Flames fans. We are
under-
also hockey fans,
Yeah.
so we will make some logical statements.
We understand if Matthew Tkachuk played on any other team.
We'd probably hate him.
We'd probably hate him.
I mean, Edmonton must have a real big hatred of him because they drafted Puljujärvi one before Matthew Tkachuk, and Puljujärvi is now playing in the Finnish league because of reasons.
Yep.
So that doubles down on the sting that they must be feeling. Did you see the hits?
Yep. Watch the game. He lit him up.
Big hits. Forward coming down to the corner to make the big hits. Helmet flies off twice. First off,
I don't think
do
he
the chin
hit him.
strap up.
I don't think he hit him in the head. I think it was just the jerk reaction of him just getting leveled. A little bit blindside. That's
Definitely.
But
Definitely targeting the guy. He knew who he was hitting and he knew he was going after.
he made a smart move. There's one guy that's going to snap on that team.
Oh, yeah. But when he snaps, you could die.
He lived. He was back out there on the power play. Seems to be that all the hate is coming from Tkachuk turtling and not throwing down. He's not going to fight Kassian. That would completely ruin the whole thing he was trying to do. He wanted to hit him until he got pissed off, ragdolled him to the ice. We got a power play. We score on the power play. We win the game.
Right. Kassian was back for the third period and has been suspended 2 games for the ragdolling. Now, when you do play hockey, the biggest thing that people have said is the respect thing. If you're going to go after a guy and lay those hits on him, A, yeah, he's going to come back at you, especially a guy like that. And B, you should be expecting a fight if you're going to try and level him. I know, it's not the 80s or the 70s anymore where there's a fight after whatever play happened. But you're targeting a guy known for losing it and fighting. My other opinion on it is if you're going to fight a guy for it, challenge him to a fight to his face. Don't grab him behind the head.
Well, you don't want the horse collar?
Punch him up against the glass, rip him backwards, throw punches at him, and don't actually face him. If you're going to engage a guy in a fight, engage the guy in a fight. Otherwise, you're going to get the 2-game suspension. If he turned the guy around, dropped his gloves, and went straight at the face, I'm saying there might be a little bit of a different reaction.
Basically, Kassian did exactly what we needed him to do.
Oh, 100%. Also, if a player is on the ice after you've been punching him, you're not allowed to keep punching him. It's in the rules. But if he's down, you can't do this on the ice.
But he was mad.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But he got hit 3 times.
Doesn't matter.
He's mad.
Doesn't matter.
He doesn't like.
Doesn't matter.
But Turtle's mad. I love turtles.
We should have eaten turtles.
Can't eat turtles, man. Do you want a fun little side note on how fun my life is?
Oh no.
Put on my wedding pants.
They don't fit still?
Can't do them up. I can't do up the pants I have for my wedding in a month.
Haven't you stopped drinking for the last 2 weeks?
It's not helping.
It's not helping.
I'm sore all over my body. I've started to amp the workouts up as far as I can push it. Soon I'm going to just have to stop eating entirely.
Do that intermittent fasting.
Yeah, for 20 days.
That first drink is going to hit you.
Yeah, so that's a fun side note. But all the Oilers players, they're being pretty dramatic about it. Kassian pretty well said after his hearing with George Peros, he knows exactly what the rules are now, and Matthew Tkachuk should watch himself, basically. In a couple more words and not as blunt, but
basically that's what he said.
He's basically saying, now that I know that those hits are okay, now you should probably watch out. So, okay.
Yeah. As much as what the comments that some other players have said, one of the more logical things that I heard is what Neil said, is that he's not going to start blindsiding and hitting Lucic because he know that Lucic would try and kick his ass. Logical.
On a side note to that,
if you're going to blindside Kassian's going to kick your
side note to that, James Neal's a giant bitch.
Well, true.
So
true.
Tkachuk,
I'm saying good,
he did turtle, but that was his whole plan.
Oh, 100%. You played right into his hand, and I can understand the Oilers fans being embarrassed that their player fell right into the trap.
So there's no one better at towing the line than Matthew Tkachuk. He's not going to overreact. It's not in his game. So if Kassian wants to come out and run around and take a run at him, it's only going to benefit the Flames.
Yeah. I hate Kassian. I hate Kadri. I hate Marchand. If any of those three players were on my team, fucking love them.
Yep. I don't think...
No one liked Bertuzzi. He came and played for the Flames for a season. People love Bertuzzi.
There's a double tier there, right? Because Brad Marchand and Matthew Tkachuk are high-end offensive players. Obviously not yesterday. Bring the talk with you. But then Kadri seems to have just... he seemed like he had high-end talent.
He's playing decently. He's fit in nicely as a third-line, second-line player for the Avalanche there.
Yeah. Zach Kassian is up there playing with McDavid, but...
He's got 13 goals, and he's talking about it really well. But as we said with James Neal, anyone who plays with McDavid... If I played with McDavid, I'd have 13 goals. You just got to stand there and wait for him to give you the puck and not fuck it up.
He's a tough guy that...
Also, one of his 13 goals went off his head and in.
Yeah, well, he's still got some foot speed. I'll give him that. That's why he's able to play with Connor. He can get to the areas, but
you got to have talent to be in the NHL. We're not saying he has no talent.
No,
he serves a different role.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
but not up there with Marchand and.
And not that I'm drawing this comparison because I'm sure Edmonton fans have already done it. But he's like the Messier to the Gretzky. He's the big guy that if someone pokes Gretzky the wrong way is going to be the first one into the corner being like, don't fucking touch the fucking chicken.
Not Messier. It's
It was Messier and Gretzky for a while there.
No. The one guy. Why would I ever know? Because I don't have a name. Mick something.
Was the guy that fought with Flames Tim Hunter all the time?
Mick Sorley.
Yeah, Mick Sorley.
He followed Gretzky around.
There was the two after Messier had left, but Messier was the big one there for a while.
Well, Kassian...
Same idea.
Kassian made that point. Nobody runs his teammates or him like that, and he doesn't react that way. That's not Tkachuk's role. His role is to score goals and piss people off, and he did it perfectly.
Yep. I don't know what else you can say to that.
You
can't have a logical argument on Twitter with anyone because...
I can't wait for Edmonton to see their new billboard.
Oh my god, this is great. So someone in Calgary has decided that they're going to start a GoFundMe. They need about $2,500 to rent a billboard with Matthew Tkachuk's face on it inside the city of Edmonton.
I could probably Google that picture and we can show it here on the podcast.
They don't decide on the picture yet.
Oh, I thought it was that one of his face.
It's right. That's just what they're showing right now. But it is literally Matthew Tkachuk's face.
It should either be that or him just lighting Kassian up.
Yeah, something like that would be great. But the goal is $2,500. They're currently sitting at $3,300. CJ92, the radio station here in Calgary, also has a sister station in Edmonton they do bets with, has already contacted the guy, taken over it, and they're going to be doing the billboards. All the money raised on the GoFundMe is going to support ALS research. Calgary assistant GM has been diagnosed with ALS, so that's where the money is being donated as such. But anyone who says the money's not going to a good cause, it is going to a good cause, and radio station random promo money is going to put up a billboard in the center of Edmonton.
Anyone who goes online and says anything is bad, or you shouldn't have said this, or you're raising money for the wrong thing, maybe look in the mirror no matter who you are. Like, you're just trying
Everyone
to make
makes
a point
their own money
online.
to do whatever they're allowed to do.
Yeah, so, no, it's cool. It's funny.
It's hilarious.
Don't be haters.
For that LSU game, something I forgot to say. About an hour before the LSU Tigers played the Clemson Tigers, someone went into Vegas and put $400,700 down on a 5-point LSU win.
Why $400,700?
I believe it was a $400,000 bet, and the $700 may have been a tax or a fee for that bet.
Oh,
I think it was a $400,000 bet, and the $700 was a fee for that bet.
Okay.
Which makes sense. But he ended up winning just over $750,000. Didn't double his money because LSU was a 5-point favorite.
Takes money to make money.
But holy fuck.
I'd make a $4.07 bet, and I would lose. Because I would have taken the Tigers, not the Tigers, right?
Well, anyone would have taken the Tigers over the Tigers.
Look, if the Tigers are 5-point favorites on the Tigers, you always take the Tigers.
Always go for the Tigers.
You're just not getting it, man. Tigers.
Tigers. Tigers.
The Tigers versus the Tigars. Oh, fuck.
So the Astros have been handed the
I'm
stiffest fine.
I'm done.
The Astros have been handed the stiffest fine in MLB history for sign stealing with technology. Sign stealing is when you take the what is it?
The catcher.
There we go. Thank you. The catcher's signs that he's given the pitcher about what throw to make, and you relay that information to the batter up there with sounds in the crowd. So what had been happening, as reported, is there was a camera zoomed right in on the catcher's fingers.
So after a couple innings, they figure it out.
Yeah. And there's someone in the stands with a trash can, or one of the coaches with a trash can, and depending on how many hits, you could figure out what throw they were making. Now, sign stealing, if you can catch on naturally, is allowed. It's an iffy.
Oh, like your outfielders.
Yeah, if you can catch on, because they can switch it up too. But if you can catch on naturally to kind of figure out what they're going to throw, that is fair because there's no way to actually prevent that.
But not with a spotter.
Not with a camera zoomed in with sound effects letting you know. That's a different.
Now, this was this year?
This was
Or ongoing?
the year that they won the World Series.
Okay.
So because of this, the general manager and the team manager have both been suspended from the league for a year and have hence been fired by the Astros.
Yeah.
The Astros have been fined $5 million. They also lose their first round and second round picks this year and next year.
Good.
The coordinator for their team that is now working for another team has not been given a suspension yet, but has been fired by that team, and a suspension is coming that's expected to be higher than the 1-year suspension given out already.
What about the players?
Because the players are not getting any suspension because technically it's on the coaches who organized it.
They were okay with it, though, because they knew what pitches were coming.
This is what the league has decided so far.
Seems like just from a player-to-player standpoint, a pure lack of respect. I don't know anything about the story, but if you were... and it could be happening on a bunch of organizations, I'm
that's
sure.
the thing.
But you are part of that organization, and you are listening to the knocks or the whatever they were doing to tip you off on what pitch was coming, and you were cool with it for a year, and you guys win the World Series,
It kind of got to taste bittersweet.
you've gotta, like, feel like a piece of shit.
But here's another point. If you knew that I was going to throw you a curveball, and I was able to throw like an 86-mile-an-hour curveball,
Probably couldn't hit it anyways. But this is the
other than knowing that there's a fastball or a change, like
I was going to make that point until you said they won the World Series.
Yes.
So even if they were the best team in baseball, you cheated.
Yeah. And there's a couple free agent signings going on in baseball right now. It's the off season just about to come to a close here as we're wrapping up the NFL season, so it'll be a good transition into there. Got March Madness coming up in I think March, and then NHL playoffs.
Are you sure it's March?
I think so. Yeah, we'll do a full tournament breakdown of the bracket for that and go through it.
That'd be cool.
It's pretty fun.
Tigers are going to win that.
Probably Clemson Tigers and LSU Tigers. They're both in that.
Those are not their basketball team names. Please.
I think it's actually a school name, not a team name. All right, well, there's a big event this Saturday, UFC 246. And for those of you that don't know, there's a big fight happening.
You're obviously talking about... Chase Skelly versus Grant Dawson.
Well,
Unfortunately for you, that one has been canceled. I know it's going to break everyone's heart. Usually the first fight on the prelims is the most important fight you can watch.
The whole reason I buy the main pay-per-view is so that I can make sure that I have...
It's canceled. Like attempts at comedy aside, the main card is pretty good. Starting with a bunch of names we can't say. Anthony Pettis fighting Carlos Diego Ferreira.
Just because I can't say his name and I know his record there, I'm going to say, let's go Carlos.
Should we be writing this down?
I don't know, are you going to choose different than me?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going Carlos just because that's not the fight I really care about this week.
UFC 246.
It should be a decent fight looking at their records, and I know Pettis is a good fighter.
You know what? We can just look back and see who won. I'm not going to write this down. I'm over it. I'm going to take Pettis.
We're going different on that one, but
I think
it should be an alright fight to start off the card.
I was pretty sure he's suing USADA, but it's still there. So
just because you're suing USADA doesn't mean you can't fight.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Alright, what do we got next?
Claudia Gadelha versus Alexa Grasso. Yep, these names. This card is
stacked.
What are you thinking?
Oh, jeez. Alexa Grasso. There we go. I'm gonna stick on the same side here.
That actually works because I was going to take Claudia Gadelha.
Yeah.
What is that?
I said Alexa. Alexa, shut up.
Alexa's the name of Dallas' girlfriend. So, you see what kind of guy he is.
Just because someone owns an electric sex doll does not mean...
Do you want to talk about Natural Doll after this?
No, we're not going to talk about it. It's due back in an hour. I want to get this wrapped up.
Okay, let's go. A Russian guy by the looks of it against Maurice Green.
Alexei Olenek, Maurice Green. Well, I think Maurice is going to rip this guy a new one. This other guy's got 71 fights under his belt. He's got to be old.
Yeah, I don't like whatever's going on with his hair either, so I'm gonna go with Maurice Green as well.
In-depth picks are coming out of this.
Honestly, this card is besides the main fight.
And that's a heavyweight, so that'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, but I'll go Maurice Green with you on that one.
All right.
Holly Holm versus Rigel Paddington.
I like Holly Holm. She's a good fighter. I really do.
She is a good fighter. Her Instagram annoys me.
Why?
She tries to be cute.
But she's not cute.
Really? I don't want to think. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is she tries to be cute, and it annoys me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about her looks or anything. She tries to be cute, and it annoys me.
You hear that, Holly Holm? Smart now. He's getting annoyed.
Honestly, if you're mad, come to Calgary and head kick me. I'll take it.
You might like it too much.
Yeah, we'll see.
But Holly Holm for this one?
I'll take Raquel Pennington.
All right, let's fucking do it up.
And the main one. Conor
really?
McGregor
Really?
versus Cowboy Cerrone.
Oh, jeez.
Beer,
This could be cool.
Beer versus whiskey.
And we can't drink.
We can't drink.
I think McGregor's got this locked up.
He's saying all the right things.
He looks so fucking different. So ripped, so jacked.
At
He's
this-
living a different lifestyle.
Right now, he says he's underweight. Or when he did his interview with Ariel Helwani there last week, he said he's underweight. Or this week, whenever it was.
Which, to be underweight at this point in the contest,
Well, he just doesn't have to cut weight to fight at 170. So he's just not cutting weight. He's just going in his natural weight.
this is...
Look, I think, I think Cowboy is...
Cowboy's a great fighter.
He's got to be near the end, though.
He's an older guy. He's a great fighter. He's had a great career. I'm not saying this is his retirement fight. I'm not saying he should be done. He's a great polarizing figure in the UFC. It's going to be a great fight to watch. He's got two big personalities going in there.
The shit talking is kind of tame on this one, which is kind of a breath of fresh air.
It looks
considering
like
the last-
Conor is focused on his training, and I've heard more shit talking from Cowboy than I have from Conor.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You got Conor?
I'm taking Conor. I think he comes in
Yeah.
and we see a new Conor that's rejuvenated and ready to come back and take this sport.
I got Conor as well.
Well, for those of you that don't know, we are on a non-drinking month. We might turn this into an annual thing just to help our bodies recuperate after the holiday season. But we are doing dry January, and we are 14 days in.
And it sucks.
So bad.
Considering it's too cold to literally do anything else in
Oh
Calgary
my
this
god.
week.
It has been minus 30 without the wind chill, closer to minus 40 with the wind chill. There's been great sports on TV. You got NFL playoffs, you got the fights coming up, college football, the World Juniors final.
But today is cold and it's dark and
Oh.
there's nothing.
Just emptiness, a longing for something that you missed.
We just need the hello darkness, my old friend to come in over the podcast here, but then we lose all the proceeds that we don't get. What else we got?
Big plans coming up. February 1st is going to be a great day. First day back of drinking.
Bit of a party.
A little bit of a party.
Not sure if I'm pumped.
Oh, you're probably not pumped.
Kind of worried, actually.
In case you guys haven't heard it, it's been mentioned several times. This guy is getting married.
2 thumbs. I'm not in the camera. You can't see me.
There we go. And so there is a bachelor party coming up on the 1st. That's going to be fun.
I think it is going to be fun.
It's going to be great. I don't know who's going.
I'm going to come out, I'm going to have a casual 2 or 3 beer and then go home early,
I don't
right?
know where we're going. I know you're going to get fucked up off those 2 or 3 beer because we haven't drank for a month. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be something.
It's going to be something.
It's going to be something.
So we'll have a countdown to Liquor Day, I guess.
And who knows, maybe we'll go buck wild and order a natural doll. They should sponsor this podcast.
That would be hilarious.
It would be a great... Hey, natural doll. Look, you're new in town.
Expanding to Vancouver.
We're a new podcast. anyone who watches this is probably your clientele range, I'm going to assume. So,
We're sorry to our family members that have to sit through this, but
do they know what Natural Doll is?
no, they don't. Never mind. We're moving on.
It's a great company.
It's a great company.
It's doing, I would say, Satan's work, I guess.
It's doing a lot of great things for the personal hygiene and health of individuals.
Lonely men. Anyways, see you next week.
Stay warm out there.